At this point, we should all be looking at a screen that looks almost exactly like this. We should have our title C major scale and chords up top. And we should have grand piano, that is the keyboard we selected. And with the grand piano, if you think back to our fundamentals of music unit, we have here the grand staff. The grand staff is composed of the treble clef here, that squiggly, almost S-looking sign, and also the bass clef underneath it. If you look closely, we do have a line connecting these vertically here. We have this curly brace here, that's what that's called. And over at the end, we have a double bar line that goes through both staves. Now, if you look at each staff, each one has 4-quarter rests going on. We have 4-quarter rests in the treble clef and 4 also in the bass clef. You'll also notice that there's this teardrop shape. What that does is it shows us where we are with the music. That's useful so that way we know exactly where we're editing at all points. And it also will help us know where the music's going to start when we press play up here down the line. So, and also you will see that whatever's selected, that is this nice light blue color. So you have both the teardrop and the note color to show exactly what's being edited. At this point, now this is what it defaulted to, we should have this first quarter rest highlighted. And if you look up here in this bar, we should also have the quarter note, or 3 highlighted. The 3 has to do with more specific commands, don't worry about that. So as long as we have this first quarter note highlighted and quarter note highlighted, I'm sorry, this is a quarter rest. As long as we have this and this highlighted, what I want us to do is just click anywhere where we see this oval shape, and I'm just going to choose here. Okay, so where I have this right now, this note here, the second line on the treble clef staff, that's a G. Now we are in C major. That's what we're going to be focusing on today. So I want to start on C major. So I clicked here on G just to get a note on the staff. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm going to use the arrow keys on my keyboard. And if you press down, it'll take it one step down at a time. So now we're on F, but we want to get to C. Here I am on E. This is D. And then this note here is C. If you think back to our fundamentals of music unit and writing your melodies, you probably had this note, C, a lot. C beneath the treble clef staff, if you look closely, it has that black line going through. That's to show us that we're actually where a line note would be and not a space. Okay, so we've got our C. What we're going to start with is making a C major scale. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and press the right arrow on my key. And now we see that we're focused here on this quarter rest. Now, we can go that very slow way and just put a note randomly anywhere, or we can go ahead and click exactly where D is going to be. D is the second note of our scale. It is right underneath the staff, not going through a line. Right there is D. So let's go back to the beginning. I'm just still using my left and right arrow keys right now. Here's C, and there's D. And you'll notice as we go back and forth, whatever note we're on, it's going to play that. Even if we don't click on it, all we have to do is move the teardrop cursor to that note, and we'll hear it. Okay, I'm going to pick up the pace now. Let's go ahead, get an E down. F is in that space, and now we have a second measure. This is a neat program. It knows that we're going to probably not want just one measure of music, so it'll keep adding measures as we fill them. So now we're in the second measure. Going to go up. That's a G. A goes in that space there. That's a B. And here's the last note we're going to enter on the treble clef for now. That is C. So we have a C down at the bottom. We have a C up top. I'm going to take this cursor here, and again, with my left arrow, what I did is I just held down left arrow. We're down back to the beginning. Okay, now what I want to do is I want us all to listen back to what we've done so far. I'm going to come up here. Now here's a play button. I'm going to ignore play for just a second. We look over here. There's this number 12 in this circle with a thing that you probably don't recognize. I'm going to click on that. This is the metronome, which is the clicking that you hear that helps you keep time. I don't really like hearing a metronome when I'm using this kind of program, so I'm going to turn off the metronome. Now you'll see that that 12 has become an X. And now I'm going to press play, and it'll play for us exactly what we have so far. C major scale, nothing more basic than that, really. So I hope you're with me so far. I'm going to stop recording right now. We'll come back and we'll put a C major scale down here in the bass clef.